Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Elliott Cafe. I'm Chris here. Welcome to my usual weekly YouTube video. I missed the one last week. I was gone in Iowa for my, to see my daughter up there in college. But yeah, let's try to resume here the coverage and see what happened, where we are, and where I think everything is going. So let's get right to it. We're going to start, as always, with the S&P on that quarterly chart that everybody loves, with the larger wave count structure in the S&P. This, continue to be in a large uptrend bull market with a series of ones and twos, and this is my direction for the market, that we are in this larger wave 3 that's ongoing. So let's take a look at New York Stock Exchange Composite. These are all weekly charts. We're going to go through all of these just to give you my thoughts on the market, and then we'll take a look at a few stocks that we own, some of the stocks that we kind of got out, tell you a little bit about my process. But basically, we had another strong close this week. You can see we're closing in new all-time highs. This is the larger market, and as you can see in here, the price is going from the lower left to the upper right. All the moving averages are trending. It's the pure definition of an uptrend, and I wanted to be part of it as much as possible. So we continue to stay long on the market, with almost 100% invested in stocks that are growth, and that we're trying to kind of get into the ones that could have upside explosions in those larger third waves. So this is the main direction that I'm looking at. And then the S&P in here closes at about 58.15. It had a couple of weeks of just stalling and a little bit of backing and filling in here before it finally broke out. The volume continues to look pretty good. We are in the month of October. It could be tricky maybe going towards the end of October, but usually, as you've been hearing around, once you start November, seasonality and all that is supposed to continue to push into January. So we're prepared, but we're watching everything day by day through my daily updates, and just see if we need to pull back in anything, or if we need to add or reduce. It's watching the markets. I think it's a day by day process, and watching how it behaves, if it breaks certain levels, because you never know what's the start of a correction. But these indices are the ones that are basically giving us direction, because if these continue to show strength, that means that your stock will also be doing well, especially if you're in the ones that show, let's say, outperformance versus the market, not the ones that are laggards. The ones that are laggards versus the market, we're trying to get rid of them and not own them. There's no point to hold something that doesn't perform. So the S&P in here continues to tell us that it is right to be on the long side, and until proven differently. So we're taking a look at the NASDAQ 100, which has been a bit of a laggard, but it's starting to come back. Pretty decent close. I like the volume. I like how it's reacting to these moving averages. I mean, look, you've been basically in an uptrend. You could say it was maybe from spring of 2023, but more pronounced since pretty much the same time last year in 2023, right, October, when we had that kind of massive weekly candle in here on decent volume that created that low, and then you had another retest of that breakout zone, and then another move here down in that August 5th, and then the bulls came up strongly. I talked about this bullish engulfing as well. That is a signal on the bull side, the way it looks and how the bulls kind of came back, and that continues to pay off. So we stay with the course here in the NASDAQ as well. Dow Jones, just a slower mover, maybe a lot more value in here, but it shows pretty good strength, a little bit on a lower volume side. I guess maybe I'm not too happy about that, but I'm not going to argue with the fact that it continues to push higher, and the RSI remains in the bullish territory every time it crosses above 50. That's pretty much you want to be long the market, and this shows again just extraordinary strength. You can look at IWM, which is a bit of a laggard. We've increased positions into this market. We've tried it several times, and we got long again. Then we increased exposure to it this week, and I like the close in here. It closes off a hammer off that 10-week moving average. I do expect a much larger explosion in IWM, but it's been tough. It's been, it had quite a few false starts. You have to give back some of it and just kind of get in and out a few times. I mean, there's no foul there. It's just, when they start to show signs of strength, you got to re-enter. So I like what I see here in IWM on this close. Let's see if it's going to be the beginning of something bigger. Let's take a look also at Bitcoin, which I think it did a small ABC here. If you look at the smaller time frames, you will probably see it. This is just a nice impulse, although I think the correction finished right here, and we're getting ready to break to the upside. So small ABC, we're looking to get long on Bitcoin. Once again, let me see if I have the daily on Bitcoin in here. Yes, so yeah, I think that's a nice ABC in here, but I'm not going to get long until we're starting to break above 64K. So I'll probably wait until Monday if that happens, or Tuesday, whenever that's going to be, and then start to initiate long positions and look for a further move towards 70,000. Bitcoin, it's been retesting the 60 couple of times. It broke below it briefly. It just continues to kind of be a flat market. I mean, you really haven't started a big uptrend yet, right? All the moving averages are flat. So, but as soon as the price trends starts to establish itself above them, that's a reason to start to think on the bullish side. And then, because you want to be as early as possible, but you don't want to be buying below some of these key zones. So for me, breaking that B wave of an ABC, it's one of the clues that the market might be ready to go. So I'm not interested in buying the low of the C wave, because that's very risky. But now we have a little bit of a confirmation from yesterday. Let's see how it behaves today, and then we'll watch it on Monday. And if I need to send any signals on to the guys in the rooms here, I go up on the chat and I just tell them what I'm doing in there. So that's kind of my way of communicating my trades and kind of showing when I get in and get out and what I do, besides obviously the daily videos. So Bitcoin, I think it's flat, but it should be starting to move hopefully soon, along with the equities markets. A bit of a rise in interest rates in here towards 411. I don't have a problem with this. I don't really care what the Fed is doing right now. I mean, they're clearly starting a little bit of an easing cycle. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to necessarily their comments or these kind of macro themes that can get you thrown off your game really quickly. For me, the most important thing is the price action day by day and how the markets react versus the levels that I'm watching. And for me, that's just very simple, and it's just enough to keep my head clear without cluttering it with a lot of unnecessary information. If the market sells off for a reason, and I don't need to know it. I just need to know that it's acting weak and I need to get out. It's as simple as that. USD in here again with a bit of a strength toward the 100 level, but it broke a large, let's say, uptrend in here, and I think they're going to probably find some sellers here into the 150 day and probably resume back lower. So that's kind of my view on the dollar. Gold continues to look good. It had a nice reaction of this 10-week moving average, a little bit of a bull flag. So if you go here on the daily on gold, where's my gold? Right here. You can see how it kind of tested this 20-day EMA, and now it's pushing higher. I think that's enough of a bullish signal with the RSI retesting 50. If anybody wants to join the uptrend, that's the signal that I would look for to do that. So based on this, my expectation would be that it would break 2700 and continue to go. If you're failing next week and creating a bearish candle, that means that this is a failed attempt, and you got to reconsider. So again, just very simple price action, reading it day by day and see how that behaves. All right, so that's on gold. Silver, it's also nice. I think it's got a larger structure, right? If you go to a monthly chart, it looks much better. That it could have an explosion towards $40, in the next year, next couple of years, whatever that might take. But it's a nice ABC in here, maybe a 1-2, and let's see if it continues to go. But I do not dislike what I see. WTIC, the oil is not of any interest to me. It's in a bigger range. I see no edge, no value in trading oil the way this looks. So not for me. I want to see uptrends and strong moves, and this shows none of that. All right, so really quickly, I want to show you. Let me show you here some of the wave counts. Right, so in the S&P. I don't, my Schwab, it's not updating this morning, but I can tell you basically from a weekly perspective that we're looking for this larger third wave. So there was a wave too low in my view, and obviously we're trading not 56.95 but 58.15. So another 150 points will get us to equality with this wave one, and with this next wave that's ongoing. So that's the minimal target I would look for, and then probably towards 63.40 in this larger third wave, then a 4, a 5 to complete maybe a third, another 4 and another 5. So I think 6,000 targets make total sense, and even higher than that. So it's just a just a simple clean picture. There's nothing I can do to it at the moment. I mean, I just showed you the RSI, the moving averages, how the price closing to new all-time highs. I mean, I can't argue with the market that's making new highs. So that's pretty much in terms of wave counting here. Let me show you a couple of stocks that we're on, and then Uber. It's the one that we bought right on this breakout right here. We retested that level through this little bit of a sell-off, but by then the moving average is starting to kind of shift up to the upside. We added on that position right here on this day, and we got rewarded with a nice breakout on Friday. If it was the Tesla news or not, it doesn't matter, but the pattern here in Uber is showing you a 1 2 1 2 with a larger 3 4 and 5. So I'm planning to continue to hold my position maybe towards 100 and something, depending how it behaves. But good breakout, good volume, nice gap. So I will continue to hold that. I'll update the members again daily on my moves here on Uber. The other one that we're on is Dash. We got on this one on this consolidation because I'm waiting for nicer breakouts, and it started to move. I like it. We'll continue to hold this as well. The other one is FTNT. We got this one right after this little breakout in here, and I'll continue to be long. I mean, this is in the security. We also have CYBR. That's another interesting stock that's in cybersecurity that I think it's attempting to break out, so we'll continue to hold. So what I'm looking for is basically larger third waves as they're starting to unfold. The other one, it's ANET, Arista Networks, right? This one is just a nice, simple, steady stock that it's in an uptrend. So it's not doing anything wrong. It's just consolidated. It made a couple of waves lower, a little bit of 1 and a 2, and then here it is, nicely in the overbought trending territory. I love when I see this. So we'll continue to hang on to that. The other one we got back in is Nvidia on the long side, on the breakout of this level in here. So I think Nvidia, it finished its kind of longer term correction, and is probably ready to go much further. I mean, it's been correcting since June, creating a big nice base, and now attempting to get out of there. PPO trending up, RSI looking good. We'll see if we're losing these levels here near 125 and 120, then we have a different issue. But until then, I still think it's the right to be on the long side. The other one, AVGO, so this is Broadcom. Also similar to Nvidia, double bottom in here, left shoulder, right shoulder, inverted head and shoulder with an attempt to start to move. Moving average is trending, so we'll stay long for this one until proven otherwise. The other one is Kava. We've been in this guy since about 80, 75, 80 right here after it started to break out. We're staying long this guy, 133. Took a little bit of profits just on Friday on my position, but very small. And I'm looking for it to go. Now this one has a very interesting, because I think it's a P ratio, it's over 300. So I don't know where that comes from and why is it so overvalued, but literally stock is doing nothing wrong here and the way it's acting. So that's Kava. GV, it's the one that we closed. We got long GV somewhere in this neighborhood, and we rode this trend all the way up. I finally closed my position at the beginning of the week, I think. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, maybe another 5 small, and then we're probably going to correct. So PPO losing momentum. So I just kind of decided to get out of this one. For me, that was enough. VST was another one that we got long on this breakout, and we rode it pretty well. I did not take advantage of this latest leg higher, so we got out somewhere in this neighborhood, but a great trade there. BWXT was another one that we got in. So that's what I'm looking for, this kind of larger third waves. Tesla, no, it's bad. It's looking, I mean, I don't know whatever event they had the other day, the market didn't like it, and it's just flat without trend. This is a market that I don't want to get involved in. It doesn't have any decent pattern. It's not showing any kind of a strength, so it's not a stock that I want to see, that I want to have part, let's say, of my portfolio. Not at this moment. If it turns from here and it starts to break back above 250, maybe then I'll consider it, but not really something that I want with an RSI that's below 50, a PPO that's heading lower. Yeah, it could hold here and bounce, but not for me. All right, so thanks everybody for watching. This is it for this week. Come and visit us. Daily drip, daily videos every single day. Very affordable in here. It's about $8 a month. If you want to see what I have to say and you like my style, you're welcome to join us. There's a chat in there. So talk to you next week. Bye.